Shelby Worsham. I'm the director of ACE Tennis, Amazing Children Empowered Through Tennis, through Community Connections, and welcome to our 5th virtual session where we're going to learn how to hit some serves, okay? Serves are the most important, one of the most important strokes in tennis because that's how you start the point, okay? So, what you're going to need for today's session is a water bottle, snack bar, anything that you have around your house that's about this size, that doesn't roll, right? So in addition to that, you're going to need your 2 balls, 2 rackets as well, okay? So I have a partner, so you're going to need 1 racket per person, okay? You're also going to need some balls, okay? And again, if you don't know how to get those, check the comments and we can get those for you, okay? Lastly, I have a piece of chalk. If you don't have that, that's fine. It's just going to help us mark out some areas. Okay, so let's get started and let's have a lot of fun. Okay, so for our first activity, we're going to do some warm-ups, okay? So today we're going to do serves, and serves are how you start the point in tennis, super important, but in order to get warmed up for that, we're going to kind of warm up our arms a lot here, okay? So first thing we're going to do, we've done these before, but we're going to be a hummingbird, okay? So hummingbirds, they have really tiny swings that are super, super fast, okay? So we're going to move our arms in tiny little circles 20 times, okay? We're going to go 10 times forward, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you can go 10 times backwards, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? So go ahead and do that 2 more times, 10 times forward and then 10 times backwards, super tiny, quick swings, okay? So do that, and when you're ready, we start. Okay, so now that we've mastered the hummingbird, we're going to be a robin now. Okay, so robins, they have a little bit bigger swings, or not swings, wingspan when they fly, and they're a little bit slower also, okay? So we're going to move our arms in bigger circles, not super big, but medium-sized circles at a medium pace, okay? So medium speed, medium size. We're going to go 10 times forward and then 10 times backwards, all right? So go ahead and pause it, do 10 times forward, 10 times backwards, 3 times, and when you're ready, we start. Okay, for our last little arm warm-up activity, we're going to be eagles, okay? So eagles, they have huge swings that are kind of slow, okay? So we're going to move our arms in big circles, as big as you can go, and pretty slow, okay? So big and slow, and we're going to go 10 times forward, all right, and then 10 times backwards, 2, 3, so go ahead and get to 10, all right, so go 10 times forward, 10 times backwards, 3 times, and when you're ready, restart. Okay, so for our first little activity here, I'm going to have a partner here. He has 2 balls, and we're about 5 big steps apart, okay? So, he's going to hold out the 2 balls to his side, alright? And he's going to drop one of them, but I don't know which one he's going to drop. So, that means I have to be ready on my toes and whoa, okay? So, my knees are bent, I'm on my toes, I'm ready to go. Now, when he says go, he's going to drop one of the 2 balls, and we don't know which one he's going to drop. So, again, I have to be ready to catch either one, alright? So, I'm going to run up and catch it with my hands, whichever one he drops. Okay, so I'm on my toes, ready to go. I'm going to say go.
Go.
Alright, so that one was tough. Alright, so if you have to let it bounce twice, that's totally fine. Okay, so again, I'm going to come back here, and I'm ready to go on my toes.
Go.
And catch the ball, okay? So go ahead and do that 10 times, alright? And again, your partner, they don't tell you which one they're going to drop, okay? So you got to be ready for both, okay? So once you get 10, you can restart. Okay, so now we're going to bring out our rackets. So you're going to want to grab your racket. We're also going to go ahead and use that water bottle, snack bar, whatever item it is that you brought, okay? I'm going to put this water bottle about 10 steps from the net, 5 to 10, okay? So this is about probably like 7 steps from the net. You're going to go ahead and lay it on the ground, okay? So from here, I'm going to take about 1, 2, 3 steps diagonally, okay? So it's about 3 or 4 steps from the net. And we're going to draw an X. Alright, so then I'm going to go to the other side, same thing on the other side. 3 or 4 steps from the net, I'm going to draw my other X, okay? So we don't need the chalk anymore. Okay, so before we learn how to hit serves, we're going to kind of review the forehand and backhand just to get our feet moving, okay? So we're going to start in our little water bottle here, and I'm going to touch down, okay? So I'm touching my item, alright? So my partner's over there, he's going to throw the ball to me. He's going to throw it to my forehand first, okay? So I'm right-handed, so this means when I run up here, I'm going to hit a forehand. Now, if you're left-handed, totally fine. When you run up here, you're going to hit a backhand, okay? So then, once you've run up here and done that, guess what? You have to run as fast as you can back to your item, okay? So run back, touch your item, and then you run into the next one. My partner's going to throw it here. Now I'm going to hit a backhand because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you're going to start here. You're going to hold in your left hand, touch your item, run up, and you'll hit a forehand. Okay? So then guess what you have to do? Run back again, all the way back. Touch your item, run up to here and hit your stroke. Then run back, touch your item. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. Alright? But it's going to make you get a little out of breath, so just be ready, okay? So again, touching my item, ready to go. That's here. Alright, then run back, touch. Here. So that was if I'm right-handed. Now if I'm left-handed, I'm going to come here. Alright, then touch back here, then run up here, and I'm going to come here, okay? Then run back. And then you're going to keep going, okay? So run, touch. From here, the last one for me. Okay, so my water bottle's on the roll here. Okay, so your goal there is just to get your feet moving and move up to the ball, okay, wherever it lands. Alright, so go ahead and get about 10 to 20 of those, however many until you feel like you're significantly out of breath, and once you're done there, we'll continue on to learn serves. Okay, so for our first activity that we're going to do to learn to hit the serve, all you need is a ball, okay? So my partner and I are about 4 big steps from the net, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to take this ball, and we're going to overhand throw it to each other, okay? If you don't know how to overhand throw, that's totally fine. What you're going to do, you're going to start right here, okay? So when you're overhand throwing, I call this the quarterback position, okay? So if you've ever watched some football, you know that quarterbacks get all ready. They get set to throw, and what does their arm look like? It looks like this. It's a quarterback position. All it means is your arm's ready to throw, okay? So I'm in my quarterback position, and what you're going to do, you're going to throw up and release that ball, okay? So I'm going to throw it and have it bounce before it hits my partner. Alright, so I threw it, he caught it, okay? So now my partner's going to do the same thing, but he's left-handed, okay? So if you watch him, he's going to do his quarterback position with his left arm, alright? And he threw it from there, and then I caught it, okay? So now I'm going to do mine from my right arm quarterback position, throw up and release, okay? If you're throwing it way too far out, what you're going to want to do is you're going to release a little bit later, okay? So if you're throwing, let me show you. If you're throwing way too high, going way too high up here, alright, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to release it later, okay? So I'm going to hold on to that ball a little bit longer until it's right there and throw it down, okay? Now let me show you the other alternative. If you're throwing and it's going too low, it's going too far in the net, if I'm going there, to fix that, all you have to do is release that ball a little bit earlier. So let go of it a tiny second earlier, okay? So let go of it a little sooner, okay? So you want it to bounce, and then your partner catches. Okay, so bounce, and then your partner catches, okay? So go ahead and get 10 of those, 10 to 20, just until you feel comfortable. Now, if you like football, this is a perfect activity for you. All we're doing is throwing that quarterback position, okay? So once you're ready, restart. Okay, so now it's time to grab your racket, and we're going to bring in this racket to learn how to hit the serve some more, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at our feet, okay? So there's about 4 different things that we're going to focus on here, okay? So bear with me, alright? So the first one is we're going to focus on our feet, okay? So what you want your feet to do is point. They're both a little bit diagonal, okay? So we're not here. No, we're not here. We're kind of in between, okay? So we're in between those two positions, and our feet are just kind of crooked, okay? So all that means, this position is how you want to start when you're serving, okay? Serving, again, is that first shot that someone hits when someone starts a point in tennis. In tennis, a point, all it means is one little rally back and forth until someone misses, okay? So to start that point, we have to serve. And to serve, we're going to start with our feet like this, crooked, okay? Secondly, we're going to focus on our grip, okay? So grip means how you're holding the racket, okay? So keep in mind that I'm right-handed, so I'm going to show you guys with my right hand, but this is your shaken hand position. If you've watched the volley video or the backhand video, you know that the shaken hand position, all it means is you're shaking that racket with your hand, okay? So we're not here, we're shaking that racket's hand right in between, okay? So we got number 1, our feet, and number 2, our grip. Now we're going to focus on number 3. Number 3 is going to be the quarterback position. We just focused on that with our overhand throws, so all you're going to do is take that hand that you like. So remember, I grab this hand with my right hand because my right hand's the hand that I've been using. It's the hand that I like better, okay? So With that same hand, you're going to be in quarterback position. All it means is you're ready to throw. You're a quarterback on the football team, ready to launch that ball to start the game, okay? So, quarterback position, that's number 3. So we have our feet, number 1. We have our grip, number 2. Quarterback position, number 3, okay? So, this is how we're going to stand for this entire activity here, okay? So, now we have the fourth part, okay? So the fourth part's kind of a little bit more tricky, okay? So it's the toss. So, in order to do this toss, you're going to grab that ball with your hand that you don't like, okay? So I like my right hand. My right hand's the hand I've been using. So the only other hand that I have left is my left hand. So he's the one that's going to grab this ball, okay? So with this little ball here, what I'm going to do, my whole body, my feet, my grip, and my quarterback position are already ready. All I'm doing is tossing this ball, okay? So when I toss this ball, I want to toss it straight up and straight down, okay? So you don't want to toss it over there. You don't want to toss it over there. Okay, you want to toss it right in between. So if you're standing like this, with your feet a little bit crooked, all this means is you're tossing it and making it land right in front of your left foot. Okay, so the foot that's in front, you want this toss to land right in front of it. That was probably a little too far out. But right in front of it. Okay, so all you're doing, you're holding it with this hand that you don't like as much, your left hand if you're right-handed. Okay, you're going to throw it up and let it bounce. Okay, so if your ball is going too low, right there. You want your ball to be about this height, okay? So it's about 2 feet above my head. All right, all you want to think about is throw it as high as you can under control, okay? So if I'm right here, that's going to be a little too low. If I'm right here, that's a little too high, right? So you want to hold that ball, release it there, and catch it, okay? If you have to let it bounce, totally fine, okay? So drop. Let it bounce, catch. Toss, let it bounce, catch, okay? So you might have to do this a couple more times, okay? This might take you a while to get the hang of it. Okay, so something you can do is grab a piece of chalk. Alright, so you'll get your feet set. Right here, crooked. I'm going to draw a little spot, okay? So this is where I want this ball to land. It's a little bit in front of that left foot, okay? It's a little bit in front of the front foot. Alright? And so what we're going to do, just hold your arm here in quarterback position, and all we're doing is practicing the toss, alright? We want it to land on that mark, okay? So, alright? Try and get about 10 of those where you feel comfortable, okay? So maybe you have to do a couple to get used to it, but try and get about 10 of those. And again, if you're tossing too high, you're going to want to let go a little bit sooner, okay? So, if you're tossing too high, you're going to let go a little bit sooner, okay? If you're tossing too low, that was way too low. If you're tossing too low, you're going to want to hold on to it a little bit longer, okay? So if I'm tossing too low, if I'm tossing right here, I'm going to want to hold on to it a tiny bit longer, okay? So once you've done that, you can go ahead and restart the video. Okay, so a quick little note here. If you're left-handed, I'll go ahead and show you what the toss looks like, okay? So if I'm left-handed, I'm going to shake the racket with my left hand, okay? So I have my shake hand position here. What you want to do, you're in quarterback position here, but I'm left-handed now, so my quarterback position is my left arm back here, ready to throw, okay? My right hand here, I'll go ahead and focus it. So number 1, we have our feet, okay? So our feet are a little crooked. We're not here. We're right in between, okay? So a little bit crooked. Number 2, we have our grip. Remember, it's our shaking hand position here. Number 3, we have our quarterback position, ready to throw, okay? Number 4, we have the toss, okay? So the toss, if you're left-handed, you're going to grab it in your right hand, the hand you don't like as much. And what you're going to do, you're just going to toss it up, and you want it to land a little bit in front of your right foot, okay? So, foot in front, we want this ball to land a little bit in front of that, okay? So, that was a little too low. So, you want to toss a little higher up, and that was a little off, okay? So, you want it to land right on that spot as best you can. If you don't have that spot drawn there, just a little bit in front of your left foot. That was a little close to me. So, you want to throw right up. So, you don't want to be here. You don't want to launch it way up, okay? So you're just comfortable tossing it up, okay? Alright, so once you get 10 of those, go ahead and restart. Okay, so this next drill is called the toss, freeze, trap drill, okay? So we have our same four things that we just talked about. So feet are crooked, number 1. My partner over there, he's going to show the left-handed in a second, alright? But my feet are number 1, they're a little crooked. Number 2, I have my grip, shake hand position, okay? And we're going to hold up number 3 in our quarterback position. We've mastered the toss. It's okay if you haven't mastered it. we're gonna work on that still, okay? But with our toss number 4, now what we're gonna do is freeze, okay? So we're gonna toss it, but this time we're gonna freeze our racket at the top, okay? So you're gonna wanna overhand throw, just like we were doing before, okay? So go ahead, and we had our 4 things, our feet, our hands, our quarterback position, our toss, but right now let's just focus on the throw, okay? So all we're focusing on is the fact that we're gonna take our quarterback position here, we're gonna overhand throw, okay? So take your quarterback position, overhand throw, and freeze, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and add in the toss, but overhand throw and freeze, okay? So all you're gonna do here is, let me get the ball back here, okay? So all we're doing, again, if you wanna think about those 4 things, go ahead and do that, but right now what we're focusing on is the swing, okay? And the swing, all you're doing is overhand throwing like we did at the beginning, okay? So quarterback position, overhand throw and freeze, okay? Quarterback position, overhand throw and freeze when you touch that ball, okay? So I'm right here, I'm going to toss the ball up like we were before, overhand throw and freeze, okay? Alright, so now let me add a little bit to this, okay? Again, first part, all you're doing, quarterback, throw, freeze. Quarterback, toss, throw, freeze, okay? So, now once I've done that, my partner, him over there, he's going to show what the left hand looks like, okay? Now when he hits it, I'm going to trap the ball, okay? So let's go ahead and let you guys see him with his left hand. So did you guys see how he froze after he swung, okay? So again, he had his 4 things going on there, but all he thought about was throwing with that left arm and freezing when he hit the ball, okay? So now I'm going to show you guys again, but I want you guys to focus on what he does now, okay? So once you hit it, once you've frozen, okay? Once you've frozen, your partner, and your partner's going to trap it, okay? So all that means is sandwich, okay? So here, and your partner's going to sandwich, just like you did. That was a little tough one. But now he's going to do it back to me, and I'm going to sandwich, okay? So now I'm going to come back here, overhand throw, freeze, now he's going to sandwich. Now he's going to overhand throw to me, and freeze, and I'm going to sandwich, okay? So, once you guys do that about 10 to 20 times, I know that sounds like a lot, it'll go by fast, it's a fun drill, but all you're thinking about on this specific drill is you're going to toss, overhand throw, and freeze. So toss, overhand throw, and freeze. One more. So toss, overhand throw, and freeze, okay? So, again, once you guys have done that 10 to 20 times, go ahead and restart the video. We're going to add in what's called the follow through, okay? So all we're doing is adding one tiny step to the last drill, and it's otherwise same thing, okay? So again, we're going to toss, overhand throw, but instead of freezing, we're going to finish across our body, okay? So we're tossing, we're overhand throwing, and we're finishing, okay? So one smooth thing, we're at quarterback position, we're going to toss, throw, and swing through, okay? So if you guys look, we're going to toss, swing, and as you finish on the other side of your body, you're going to take that racket and swing across your body, okay? So we're not here, okay? We're just coming here and we're comfortably going down across our body, okay? So comfortably coming down, all right? And so as you do that, your body's going to kind of twist too, and that's good, okay? So let me just kind of summarize it here. So we have our toss with our left hand, if you're right-handed. So we have our toss, our overhand throw, and our finish on the left side of our body, okay? So we had our toss, overhand throw, and finish. Now, let's focus on my partner here, because he's left-handed, so he's going to show you what the left hand looks like. He has his overhand throw position, he has his quarterback position, he's going to overhand throw and finish across his body. Okay, so he finished on the right side of his body because he's left-handed. Okay, so I know that sounds a little confusing. Don't even think about it. Just focus on the fact that you're throwing, you're tossing with your hand that you don't like as much, you're overhand throwing with the hand you do like, and you're finishing across that body. Okay, so toss, overhand throw, and finish across the body. Okay, so let me show you guys that. Again, your partner's going to trap it, sandwich it, and we're going to go back and forth. Okay, so we're right here, toss, across the body. That was a little hard, but he caught it. He did good. Now he sandwiched. Now he's going to do it to me, and I'm going to sandwich. Now I'm going to sandwich. Okay, so we're going to go back and forth. Try and do this about 10 to 20 times again. All right. Okay, so once you've done that about 10 to 20 times. Let me let my partner show one more time. Okay, so once you've done that about 10 to 20 times, go ahead and try and master this one, okay? Because this is what your serve is, okay? So once you've done this activity, your serve is ready to go, okay? I know that you still are going to have to work on it, but these are the main steps from the swing, from the stroke, okay? So serving is just overhand throwing and finishing. It's really all it is, okay? So once you've done about 10 to 20 of those, you can restart the video, and we're going to add in some more fun stuff. Okay, so this game is going to be some serving, okay? So we worked on the serve a lot today. We're going to serve here to end it out, okay? So all we're doing here in this game is called the serve, tap, trap drill, okay? So don't try and say it. It's really hard to say. But all it is you're going to serve it, all right? So just like we just did, you're serving it. But instead of your partner trapping it, your partner's going to tap it, okay? So I'm going to serve. My partner's going to tap. I'm going to tap. Then he's going to trap. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like. All we're doing here is serve, tap, tap, trap. Okay, so I'm serving, he's tapping, I'm tapping, he's trapping. Okay, so we'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to serve, same thing we just did. We have our overhand throw ready to go. We're going to toss, overhand throw, and finish. Okay, my partner's going to tap it. Toss, overhand throw, finish. He's going to tap it back. Now I'm going to tap it to my partner. That was a little hard, and he trapped, okay? So now, we're going to switch, okay? So now what he's going to do, he's going to toss it, he's going to serve it to me, okay? So then I'm going to tap it back. Now he's going to tap it to me, now I'm going to trap it, okay? So now because I trapped it, I'm going to serve it, okay? So serve here, go down, now he's going to tap it, now I'm going to tap it, now he's going to trap it, okay? So let's show one more time. Partner's going to he's going to serve it. I'm going to tap it, he's going to tap it, and I'm going to come and trap it, okay? So, each time all you're doing is 4 strokes, 5 different things. Serve, tap, tap, trap, okay? So, the point of this game here is to get as many as you can in a row, okay? So, you're working together with your partner, you're working as a team. What you're trying to do is see how many you can get without letting the ball roll off somewhere, okay? So you got to be super careful and super in control, because each time you get a serve, tap, tap, trap, that's 1, okay? So my partner and I, we probably got 2 or 3 there. You're going to want to see how many you can get in a row. Now if you want to do it for time, you can say, let's give ourselves 5 minutes, see how many we can get total. You can do how many in a row. You can have, if you have 4 people, you can compete. See how many you and your partner can get, see if it's more than the other 2 can get. Okay, so you can play this however you want, but all we're doing is practicing our serve and then our tap, tap, traps, okay? So, go ahead and play that game, and once you're done, we'll rejoin for our conclusion. Okay, so you guys have made it to the end of this session. Great job. Again, we learned the serve today. So the serve is one of the most important things you're going to learn, because it's how you start out every time you play tennis, okay? So, great job. I know you guys worked so hard. We had a lot of running in there and lots of serving, okay? So rest your arms, get some water, and have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you next time for our final session, where we're going to learn how to combine it all and have a lot of fun. All right, so great job.